Hello, everybody. If you are a guest around 30 like me, yesterday's direct must have hit like heavy hard, like crazy. I can't think of anything else I watched gaming so direct, other stuff that would possibly excite me more than what this thing yesterday I watched. And the way I watched it was so freaking weird that I couldn't react normally to myself. Like I was holding it in because I was sleeping, like I was sitting next to the bed with my wife, expecting to see at best Silk Song, and that's it. Like that's what I expected, and I was greeted with something very, very, very different from what I was expecting. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think this is the best thing I may have ever seen that I liked almost all the show, warming up from the indies that had some indies that I really loved to moving forward to start shooting banger after banger after banger with games. Like I couldn't believe yesterday. So let's just go. This is not a reaction, but this is for me like my highlights from the whole thing. All right. So let's just go on and start with this. Let me see if I should put the audio there as well. All right. So yeah, the show started over there with whatever, and we start with Balatro. Now this is one of my favorite games on the Steam Deck, and I didn't even know that it was released on Switch. And apparently it is. Not only that, it also has a lot of other newer stuff, I guess, and that's very interesting that they bring all the I love what the indies are doing now, that they start collabing with each other. And I mean, except the Witcher, but everything else here that was collabing with each other here. And it shows that the companies, like that, they're still small but they have like some big hits with games. They obviously want to collab with each other because they're a fan of each other's work, and that is awesome. Now, yes, Balatro was pretty cool. Neva from the guys that did Grease, and the other one, I think Fury, they have some very spectacular style in the way that they do the games, and you can definitely see it from here. And for me, that was like okay, that was like cool. That's like a nice surprise. I was not hyped or anything for it. I didn't like wanted to scream for this game, but it's cool. I wanted to see more from them, so that is cool. The game is called Neva. Then we saw this interesting game called Moth Qubit, which was very interesting. Like, I don't know what kind of price I will buy it, but I definitely will consider on getting it at some point, maybe on Steam when it's really cheap, because it has all these interesting elements that make it feel like you're playing an RPG that is like WarioWare. Very interesting to me. Now, the Coffee Talk game, actually, I was. As much as I like VNs, I don't know what to expect with this kind of thing. So, felt too cozy, so I moved on. Then we had the big hit. That was the first big hit for me. It was like, oh my god, what? And I was like, what? Internally, externally, I was like, and the DLC for Sea of Stars. This was one of my favorite RPGs that I played. I bought it everywhere just to show support. I bought it on PlayStation. I bought it on Steam. I bought it on physical for the Switch. And yeah, like I have been mostly playing it, to be honest, on the Switch because I think it's just the best platform to play this kind of thing. And definitely that was like fantastic, right? And free DLC at that. This was also something interesting. Pargo Simulator with a Select collaboration, but it was just for memes. Um, One interesting game. They had quite big segment for this one. I think it was like a minute or something. Usually the other videos was just teasers. This game's aesthetic has captured me so much. Let's just look at the video. First of all, they're using scanlines here, which shows that these guys love retro games. And the whole aesthetic that they have here looks amazing. Just look at this. And they have made it exactly the same thing that this would be the aesthetic that you will have on your old CRT TV. This is one of the reasons that I said you gotta be around 30 to be like, oh my god, this is cool. Because you used to be on CRTs and then later on not really. So yeah, like I think that this was really cool. This seemed like very interesting. In my eyes, more interesting than Animal Well, which was a game that I didn't really play too much. But this one seems really, really fun, and definitely I'm gonna hit it. I don't know if I'm gonna hit it on day one, but I'm definitely hitting it. This was really interesting. Now, date everything, that's just not for me. Penguin Mates just made a very interesting way of making a game out of pachinko and kind of interactive. Uh, I don't know what to say about that. I felt like this is targeted to people that play pachinko, but they don't want to lose money anymore. They just want to play for the fun of it. Not really my thing. Wobbly life, the Pico part. This seems like a lot of fun with friends. You know, couch co-op. You start doing this, and everyone's laughing. Potentially game to play stoned with your friends, and yeah, you definitely gonna have fun. Shovel Knight, I'm not exactly sure what is this because I have played some Shovel Knight games, but I don't know what this means. Shovel Knight, Shovel of Hope, DX. Is it a port that was never on Switch or something? I'm not sure. This looks fantastic. Like visually and physics and the physics in the game, it looked really good. Now I'm talking about the Europa game. I don't know about the title, so I felt a bit out of place. Now, this one that we have been waiting for, no info, no nothing, and they just show it up here. Oh yeah, by the way, Metal Slug Tactics. You remember this? You have been waiting forever, but yeah, all right. Here it is, and it looks amazing. And this one of my highlights as well, one of my bigger highlights. This game definitely needs attention. I hope people got the attention they wanted here for Plucky Squire, because just look at this. Like, this is dreams. This is the dreams you have in games. This is also in Unreal Engine, which is making me feel insane because working myself on Unreal, I don't even know how they can do this. This kind of interactive gameplay with 2D to 3D and coming out of the book. That's just fantastic magical story. And this is the banger after banger, I'm telling you. Like, for me, it was like insane. Pizza Tower. Now, for people that don't know about this, this is inspired heavily by Wario games. And I'm not talking about the games that you are doing memes. I'm talking about the Wario Land games on Game Boy, which for me, it was one of my favorite platformer. And if I'm gonna be honest, I preferred Wario many times on Wario Land games over Mario. And this for me was something that was always bugging me, how more people are not doing anything about, like Wario Land, because I'm pretty sure it had a lot of fans, this kind of game. It was fantastic. And this feels definitely like a spiritual successor to what a modern Wario Land would look like. And I don't mean for modern audiences. I mean just visual aesthetics. And later today, my God. And at that point, I was like, you know what? Situations here are like crazy. There was no Silk Song, but I mean, could I be mad at this? Could no? I was really excited for many of the games here, and definitely, I'm pretty sure not many people would be as excited as I am. This is just a very personal thing, a taste thing. That a lot of things that I saw here are appealing. There have been other directs that other people are getting super excited for something, and I'm like, this sucks. So, it is what it is. But for me, this part was very good. Now, for the Tetris, I'm just not that old. I know people older than me get excited for Tetris. I just don't care. So you see, there is that. Um, Star Overdrive. That looked very interesting kind of game. But the only thing I'm worried about is, you're gonna play this on Switch or you're gonna play this on Switch too, because the performance in this kind of game on the Switch, eh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. So I can't really comment about anything else. This looks, I mean, it definitely looks interesting. It has my attention. If it performs well, I'm definitely buying it. This looks like hella fun. But yeah, it's only on the Eves. God Simulator 2, 3, I just don't care. And this is where I'm losing my mind. This is where my brain starts to scream help at me. Stop it. Get out of the bed and go watch it on proper big TV, please. it was crazy. I was sitting there with my tablet like, what? And they saw this for like, what is like 3 seconds, and then it goes away, and I try to scream, get it back, get it back, get it back. And you see it's already gone. So to explain, uh, Trails in the Sky. This is the first game. This is my favorite game, and out of the Trails games I have played so far. I have played Trails of the Sky first, second, now I'm on third. I have finished the Crossbell games, which is Trails from Zero and Trails from Azure. And then we're gonna start playing with my wife the Cold Steel series. But so far, I seriously wanted to wake her up and tell her, look at this. But it was 1 a.m. and I will get kicked. I didn't want to do that. But my God, like I was screaming like internally. Like I was 10 years old. Yes, my favorite game. Like it was insane. And they have a trailer. I will leave it in the description if anyone wants it. Um this kind of game for me was like, I just didn't expect it. When I saw it, I was like, what? I just couldn't understand this. At the time when I saw Joshua with the harmonica, I was like, is it a game copying this? Because they don't look like chibi characters anymore. And then I look at Stella and I'm like, what? Oh my God. Like, I still like get hype in my head about this game. Like, pretty sure people went crazy about this. I'm not really close with communities about these games, but I love these games, and yeah, like these other stuff, it was just noise for me. The next stuff, it was just really, really noise because I was thinking, show me more, please. Trails in the Sky, please. And when I got conscious about it again was when the SpongeBob game came out here in the screen. I was like still trying to watch the Trails in the Sky. I was like, why are you showing me this? Please go back. And anyway, we move forward. I was trying to relax. Um, the AirPods got unhooked, somehow disconnected from the AirPod, and my wife almost woke up. And then I see this, I was like, okay, try to relax, try to relax, try to relax. And then I'm getting heated with this that for me was probably the biggest thing out of all. Like, look, I'm not an emotional guy. I'm not anything like I get teared up all the time. But when I saw this, I just couldn't take it. I just couldn't take it, and I just started sobbing a little bit, like a little bit, because this game, CVS 2, I have been begging for years. Every time that I will see any kind of feedback, I will say CVS 2 and Power Stone. Please bring them back. Please, I want to play it with my friends. I want people to understand how these games are so amazing. So for me, it was like when I saw CVS, I was like, oh my god, what? And then I saw the better version of Street Fighter Alpha, which was Street Fighter 3 Upper, and then Power Stones, and I was like, what? Like, things, literally dream things for me. I was like, out of this world. Like, I just can't even imagine I can't even describe what I was feeling. It was just like, at that point, I was like insane. And yeah, like for me, this was a very, very insane direct for these kind of things. I know if you are someone that never plays this kind of games, you don't care. You think this is lame and this is stupid. But for me, this was like dreams coming true. Things that were locked here, like CVS2 locked away on PlayStation 2 and Dreamcast. I do have a Dreamcast right here hooked in on my CRT TV, just to be able to play games from that era, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and CVS 2. I bought a Dreamcast just to be able to play these games normally without emulation because I just love these games so much. So I hope you can understand where I'm coming from. And then they confirm the date for this, which every time they comment on Twitter and be like, oh yeah, by the way, we are gonna have Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and Marvel vs. Street Fighter on Twitter. The moment they tweet, I'm like, but yeah, but when? But when? Show me the date! Show me the date! And now I understand why they hit the date. They wanted this to be at September and they wanted to announce it here and close. So I love it. I love it. September 12th. And for the digital, this is for the digital, right? So I already knew that there was some leaked up things about November for the physical version. And I was like, ah. But then they showed up September. And I'm like, this is it. This is it. And yeah, very nice surprises. So after I was getting like emotionally disturbed, then I see the new Atelier game, and I'm like, oh my god, this looks insane. This is on Switch, and I actually don't know if it's on Switch. So for me, this kind of game just looks amazing. I really like Atelier games, and yeah, this has some very unique stuff. This is a very unique RPG series, so that was very cool for me. Now we get finally information about this game that last time we saw any information was last year. And they come up with Suikoden 2, 1 and 2, and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, these games still exist. I felt like I summoned this because I tweeted them like 2 days ago, and I was like, hey guys, what's up with this one? What's going on? Obviously, no response, but now I know. Like, this was summoned by the discussion. and it's good. It's coming out next year. Now, Dragon Quest 3 Remake. I was praying for a demo, no demo. But it looks like you can completely customize the experience. Just look at these visuals, man. Like, just look at this, man. Like, it looks amazing. I just want to go and play. And I was like, this direct, I was like this, like more than anything else. So, like, they're just showing me, here is eating good and eating good. My God. Um, I still can't believe that this game is real. And then this. This is what finished me off. Like at that point, I gave up. I was like screaming internally, started getting around uncontrollably because this is my biggest request for Castlevania outside of Symphony of the Night to come on the Switch. This was insane to me because I have been playing on my 3DS. I have been playing on my 3DS these games. These games every year, 2 to 3 times to completion. I love these games. I love these games so much. And to see them finally acknowledge that, yeah, this is something people want. And not only that, not try to get freaking Digital Eclipse, which I hate on the ports because they make laggy games. These people, they put the best people again, like the Castlevania GBA edition. And it was later on today, which I have already downloaded, and how I finished the night for myself was playing this game and passing out playing this game with a Switch like this. That was like, for me, I was like a kid again. At that point, I was like, I'm a kid and I'm just gonna play all night and I don't care. It was insane. Like to be able to see these things, and when I saw that it was M2 shot triggers, if you know about these guys, you know what I'm talking about. They are the best porting company in the world. They can port your game and you can be it will be as accurate as arcade boards. They are guys that are porting in games um, from arcade games that are shoot 'em ups, and I love shoot 'em ups. And every time these guys make a port, they make the definitive version of the thing that they're making. They are putting a lot of effort and a lot of attention to detail, latency, and everything of the sort. So this this is the best thing. The best version is gonna be that you're gonna play this game. So if you like Castlevania, if you are excited as I am, enjoy. I already started playing, and I started playing with Order of Ecclesia, and then I just fell asleep. So that was crazy, and sorry, my voice cracked. So that was crazy. Civilization 7. I don't know about this game on here. Civilization games are like some really big games. I feel like playing them here, the art style won't be as good. On the Switch too, I think it's gonna be the best option to get this game. Then we have Tales of Grace. Now, at this point, I was still hyped about the Castlevania game. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really pay attention to this, and I couldn't even see it in the time that I was like trying to still comprehend the whole thing that I saw before about a stream of 5 games that I was like insanely hyped about. For me, this felt, I have never played this game, so I don't know. I hope it's good, but yeah, that's it. Like, I have played Tales games that are good. So they have some whatever games here for me. Night Fights of Freddy's. I don't really care. Yeah, they have this. They have that. So like this is where I started cooling down. I'm like, okay, I don't really care anymore. They saw FIFA 25. Couldn't really care less. They saw a little bit of Lego Horizon Adventures. I think I would definitely get this game. This looks kind of fun. And funny enough for me, this looks more fun than the game on the PlayStation, which felt like incredibly boring for an action game. and now, and now, we see Rune Factory. I was like, what? So hyped for this kind of games. I just hope it doesn't play like 10 FPS again on the Switch. Maybe it's better to just wait for the Switch 2 for this game. And then after all that, I see I see this, which was something I was begging Nintendo to finally do. Yakuza Kiwami. Of course, you know, if you are into anything about Yakuza, you already know that this is happening because this is becoming a show on Amazon, and they definitely wanted that for the fans to be able to play the games, and they're gonna start probably releasing it slowly. And with the crescendo of releasing the modern games, the latest games on the Switch successor, because they're quite demanding games. But these games here, they're like Kiwami for me was one of the one of the best. Zero is one of my favorites of the older style of games, but Kiwami is definitely very fun. Has a lot of stuff to do. So with this all, what I have to say was that this Nintendo Direct, as you can see, I've talked about so many games as a highlight. So I have already talked about these games as a highlight, and you kind of know, like if you see this, you know, like you already know about this game if you like it or not, probably. And for me, that was like the most insane thing. Like they cap off with this. A lot of fans gonna be super hype. And then I see that they also have the Trails in the Sky. On the Japanese one, it had a 30-second trailer, which I saw it as well. And my god, like I was just like, this is the meme, like absolute cinema. The moment this finishes, I head off to, after I calm down, I head off to the Switch eShop, and I literally instantly buy the Castlevania game. I literally just bought it instantly. Let me show you. Yeah. Literally just bought it the moment it came out, the Castlevania Dominus Collection. And if you like Castlevania, you need to play this. You need to play this. Anyway, this was the video. Hope you have a great day. See you next time.